Hey everybody, Matthew here from MiniWarGaming.com, and welcome to another Warcry Battle Report series. That's right, we're going to be doing another series of Warcry Battle Reports for you today. This first one will be free on YouTube, and all the other ones, and probably at least 2 others, will be in the MiniWarGaming Vault, the links below. Today's objective, though, is we've decided to try to play it a little more competitively. Now, big.
We're still going to have fun.
Yeah, we're going to have fun, but not just that. We are not Warcry experts in how to build perfect lists. We did not go online and research the perfect lists. No. We have not done this a lot to find these perfect lists. So this is our attempt. And so what I'd love from you guys is when you watch this to critique our lists and to say in the comments, you know, this is what I would do differently with the Gloomspite Gitz, or this is what I would do differently with the Ironjawz. So make sure you put that in the comments.
And we'll be playing other
Warbands.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to be playing. That means even more that we won't have a chance to really hone each list. We're just like looking at it thinking, what's the best list I could build with this? I think all we know before we build our list is the other person's faction. We don't know what list they brought or how many models they have. We don't know the scenario or anything like that. We're just...
I am quite excited. I think it's going to be cool.
Yeah, and we'll just kind of see what happens with that. And so, yeah, critique our lists. You can also comment on things like, yeah, he won, but maybe he only won because I saw those dice rolls were really good. Or maybe if you'd had done this tactic instead, that list was good, but this tactic was bad. We'd love to hear all your thoughts as you're watching this, because there's a lot to learn still. Warcry is a very straightforward game, but I think it's very intricate in the tactics.
And we can learn together.
Yeah, let's all learn together, come together.
Spoiler guy used to be a teacher.
So we're just going to jump right into it. For our first game, Duncan is going to be playing the Gloomspite Gitz, and I will be playing Ironjawz. So we're looking at some orcs versus some goblins, and we're going to draw out the scenarios and just kind of see what happens. So let's just jump right into it and take a look at the warbands.
Shiny gubbins.
Over here we have my Ironjawz. Now with Ironjawz, you have basically a choice between the brutes and the Ardboys. Obviously you can bring more Ardboys, but they don't hit very hard. And the brutes are stronger, they are more durable, and they hit like a ton of bricks. And so I decided to take a chance, and rather than go for action economy, I wanted to go for brute strength, no pun intended. So we have the brute boss with his boss choppa. It was that between that and the one with the grab-a-claw, but I'm not really a big fan of the grab-a-claw's triple ability, and so this one just does more damage instead of trying to grab onto guys on a 3+ and hold them from being able to move. That's a nice ability, but it's a triple. If it was a double, I'd consider it. We've got 4 brutes, 3 of them with 2 brute choppas, and 1 with the gore choppa. It just worked out with the points that I could bring 4 other brutes, and I could afford to have one of them be the gore choppa. Now they both have their advantages. The ones with the 2 choppas have more attacks, but the one with the brute choppa can do more damage with 1 less attack. And so it's kind of a give and take. With a game like this where you're not rolling very many dice, I like the ones with more attacks, but it's nice also to have the guy with the ability. It's pretty straightforward having all brutes. They have 1 common ability amongst them all, which is Duff Them Up. It's a triple, I believe, and it lets them get extra attack and extra strength against things with 15 or more wounds. Is that correct? Duff them up, +1 attack, +1 strength.
Duff up that big thing.
Duff up the big thing.
Double.
It's only a double. That's right. That's awesome. And that gives him, to the end of his activation, he gets +2 attacks with his close combat weapons against anything with 15 or more wounds.
Yes.
And we have Duncan's Gloomspite Gitz. What did you decide to go for?
The leader in the front is a Boingrot boss, and I have 2 squid hoppers to the left, and then I have some shooters to the right. Theories behind this list. First of all, I agree with Matt. I think it's better to have more dice because it makes it less spiky. So I've picked the boss and the squig hoppers are the models with the high movement, etc., that have slightly more attacks. Also, I don't know, I'm a bit bold saying this. I've tried to math hammer this. I've not used a spreadsheet, but I've done a bit of maths in my head and stuff. I think Games Workshop are over-pointing the models in this game which have fewer attacks with more damage. My math hammering, I don't think they're worth the points. So I think even from a math hammer point of view, it's better to go for the ones with more attacks in general. And big picture, I'm thinking there's 3 different types of lists in Warcry. There's the ones which hit hard with lots of wounds. Well, I've got 3 models that hit hard with lots of wounds. There's the ones that can play the action economy. Well, I've thrown in 5 cheap little goblins to give me an advantage in the action economy. And also, I think ranged weapons are an advantage. Well, the shooters have got the ranged weapons. I'm trying to compete in all 3 meta areas of the game.
Because we don't know what scenario we're going to get, right? So you don't know how much mobility you need, and it's always nice to have a bit of shooting. It's always good to have mobility, and the brutes are quite slow. So you can definitely outmaneuver me with more guys and faster speed. First off, we're going to roll for priority. I'm the red die, so you have priority, Duncan. Having priority, you must split your force into the hammer, dagger, and shield first, and then I do mine.
This.
Okay, I haven't thought about it at all, but that's not much choice for me. So left to right is dagger, shield, hammer. So your dagger is Squighopper, 2 grots. Middle is your leader, Boing Grot Bounder leader, and a grot. And on the right, so basically symmetrical in this case. I like the symmetrical because then you don't have to worry too much about what the scenario throws at you for deployment. But I put 2 in my dagger and 1 in my hammer, and my leader in my shield, because it's more likely that your dagger comes out faster. And so I don't want to.
This is an interesting problem, I think, in competitive play with a low model count.
Yeah, that you're stuck, because some of the scenarios would be like, whoever kills the other person's hammer wins. And it's like, oh crap, I only have 1 model. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Quick rules mistake here, as you're going to see. I don't want to give any spoilers, but it's okay that this didn't have any serious impact on the end of the game, is that Duncan's way of splitting his army up is illegal because you have to have at least a 3rd rounding up of your models in your shield. So he should have had 3 models in the shield instead of 2. So I want to point out that we did catch that mistake, but you'll see how it affects the game. Now, I should point out we've already set up the terrain. There are the terrain cards that you randomize what the terrain should look like. We don't like those, and I believe if you go to a Warcry tournament, you're not going to use them either. They'll probably have the tables all pre-set up for you.
We think it will probably generate arguments, and also it's a bit of a time sink.
Exactly, and we just like building tables without knowing beforehand. We didn't even know our factions. We didn't know the scenario, so we just built the table first, and it looks cool. So it's all Games Workshop terrain on there. And we've removed all of the non-symmetrical deployments and victory conditions as what you're supposed to do when you're playing match play games. And that way, because if we're playing competitively, there's some of those victory conditions and deployments that can really just, who cares what your tactics are, you've been screwed over just from that. So let's find out what our 3 cards are. So the first is Death Blow Deployment. So our hammers are in reserve, and everything else starts on the table, basically across the table from each other, but the hammers come in on the enemy flank. Interesting. Our victory condition is Dominate. Kill the opponent's shield.
Ooh.
And at the end of the 4th battle round, and after that as well, if any of the shield members are within 4 inches of the edge, then they die, basically.
So Matt, your asymmetrical warband might have an advantage.
Yeah, because it looks like, because I get my dagger on there, and my 1 shield will be in your back lines. Or, sorry, my 1... Bitter Rivals, +1 attacks and strength, made by fighters with leader rune mark that target an enemy leader.
Oh, I like it.
With only close combat weapons, which in both of our cases that's what we have. So our leaders hate each other. So if you want to make like a gentleman's agreement, just meet in the middle with their leaders?
No.
Okay, I understand. So next step would be setting up terrain, which we already did beforehand like we described. Next is deployment. Starting with the player has priority, we go dagger, shield, and hammer. Now remembering that hammer actually doesn't come until round 2. Having deployed, we both have our daggers and shields on. This is my shield, and this is Duncan's. So just remember that the objective is to kill the opponent's shield, and there's infinite number of turns to do so. It's just at the end of turn 4 is when it activates the kill zone on the outside, so you can't hide there.
I'm hoping there's no shiny gubbins on the outside, or I might be in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Now our reinforcements come in the opponent's side, so your hammer comes in on anywhere along this line right here.
And Matt's hammer comes along anywhere along here, and within 3 inches.
Exactly. So it could be really close to your guys. In fact, right next to your guys too. And that's round 2. So we got to be ready for that. So let's roll initiative for battle round 1. Here we are. First roll off. Oh, I think I'm going to get initiative. I've got 1 double. Oh wait, no, you got the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so just we'll roll off for initiative. I have initiative.
You have initiative.
We both get a single wild die, and I have to choose decide first what I'm going to do. Change a single to a double, or a double to a triple, or neither. And my answer is going to be neither. And you get to choose the same thing?
My answer is neither.
So you're not going to make a double or a triple from that.
Nope.
The first activation is going to be this brute who is going to just move, and he's going to use that to basically move over here. And you are activating?
This shooter, and I'm going to give the shooter an extra attack with my double.
And then?
Oh, attacking this part of your shield.
So twice? Oh, well.
Yeah.
You're not going to kill him one shot.
Definitely.
So you'll have 3 attacks per attack. You'll need 5s because strength 3 versus 5. Oh, goodness.
That's 4 damage.
That's 4 damage already. And the second one?
Second time.
Is nothing. Brings him down to 21 wounds. Activate him next. He's going to move. The brute with 2 brute choppas will move right to there. Next up.
Can activate this shooter to fire at the same part of your shield.
Might as well do both attack actions, needing 5s. No extra attacks this time. So we go 1 damage.
1 damage.
Thank you for making me remove that little die. It was bothering me. 20 wounds left. Not really much else to do. This brute's going to move up to here. And then
Shooting again with this shooter.
at the same target.
This target still has almost as many wounds as my entire shield. And that's half your shield and it's wounded.
Nice. So both attacks, needing 5s.
Let's have some 6s, come on.
Ooh, we got
1
1 damage. Well, he's down to 19.
It's a start.
And then my boss is going to move to here. Squig hopper from your dagger. It's going to boingy boing.
Boing, 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 boing.
They have fly, so they can ignore my models and terrain.
I can do silly things like that.
And then attack. So we've done careful measurements because we're playing a little more competitively, and you have to engage both these guys to
I
get there.
wanted to only engage this guy, but crucially I have avoided this one.
He's got a healthy 4 attacks at strength 5, so you need 4s. And damage is 2, 4. So
Ooh.
2, 2, and 4. That's 8 damage.
Nice.
In the first round, you've already knocked down a good chunk of my shield. And then your Boingrat boss.
Unfortunately, he's gonna have to run away because if I drop him over here, you're gonna massacre him. And I've left this as I can't save this shooter, so I know you're gonna
You just leave him as bait.
boing, 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 boing.
There we are. And it was measured. It was measured.
It was measured.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Round 2 initiative. Just a little point out, I forgot to use my double ability. I could have moved one of my orcs a little further, but... Oh! Crap. I got 1. It looks like you rolled crap too. We got the same thing again. 1 double each.
So we have to roll off.
We roll off for initiative. You've got
I've
initiative.
this time.
And now we both get a wild die, which brings us up to 2 wild dice each. Duncan, you have to choose first. What are you going to do?
Well, I remember throwing comments. We're trying to be ultra competitive. Well, not ultra, friendly competitive.
Yeah.
I won the initiative. I'm spending both my wild dice to ensure I get the initiative.
So the only way... Actually, I can't get initiative then, because even if I put both of them down, we don't roll off for initiative again, because it says you only roll off...
Should we just double check?
No, I remember it for sure.
Okay.
Because it actually says if you have the same number of dice, you roll off, unless you had the same number of dice to begin
Yes.
with. So it doesn't mean like we both had 4-4 and now that's
Okay,
changed.
thank you.
So no, but if you only put 1 there, I could stick the initiative because I could put 2 dice down and take the initiative.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I need to put them.
So by doing this, you ensure you have the
Yes.
initiative. And so I am going to take advantage of that and not worry about initiative. I'm going to make a triple, and I'm going to make a double. Might as well do a double 5, although I don't think my abilities require the higher numbers. And we'll throw away those singles. Now we have the reserves phase. So you have your hammer, which is placed within 3 inches of this line. See, that's the dot right there at the end. And so wholly within 3 inches of that. Obviously, you're coming for my shield, which is right there.
Yeah, but this guy's got a strong move, so I think I'm going to put him further away.
So you've brought in your hammer on this side with your shooters close to my guys, knowing that if I come for them, then you've... we don't have a limit of rounds, so that makes me feel a little more comfortable. It's okay for me to go after some smaller guys sometimes.
But still, you're welcome to waste
Yes.
actions attacking those 2 guys.
Exactly. And on my side, I wanted to play with my guys within 1 inch of you, but you put your guy just outside of 4.
I'd love to claim credit, but that was not.
That was just a good bit of luck. So I'm just going to put him at 3 inches, and he's just a little out of 8 inches, or out of 1 inch. He'll probably still be able to one-shot him, but it would have been for sure, and it could have been like a one-shot then move.
Okay, so I obviously wanted the initiative. Well, I think obviously to activate this squid hopper to attack, I'm going to use my double to gain an extra attack.
So you'll have 5
attacks.
Yeah, that could kill him. Strength 5, toughness 5, so you need 4s. Well, there's a 4 damage, so I'm down to 7. You can do it. You can do it.
Have half your shield down. Come on!
I think you just got him.
That's it.
That's 4, 2, and
another
2.
8.
You got him. Boom. Just like that, before I've managed to do any damage to you.
So I think that was worth 2 wild dice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm going to activate my last shield unit, my boss, and I'm going to use a triple ability that he has, which is called Wah, which gives all of my friendly units, or any friendly models within 6 inches, +6 to their move. Sorry, I misspoke. It's not +6 move. It's whatever the value of the triple was, which is 3. So they still get +3 move, which is, it's nice. It's below average of what I could do. But now all 3 of these brutes have a 6-inch move. I'm going to do the cowardly thing, but I think the important thing for this scenario, he's going to move. Remember, he moves 6 inches for each move. The cover won't matter so much because you're already only strength 3 on your bows. And give me that extra toughness won't make a difference. But this gets me out of range of these bows and these bows, which means you'll have less attacks. And before your little Grat here dies, you're going to shoot.
Shoot.
Needing 5s.
Looking for 5s.
Oh, 1 damage.
Yeah, it all counts.
Brings him down to 34 health. I need 2 d20s to show his health right now. This brute is going to move 6. Then I'm going to use the double action that is common to all the Ironjawz, which is charge, which is they get a bonus move to the nearest enemy. So another 6 inches to get him to your leader. And then I'll attack. We've got 4 attacks, strength 4, toughness 5, so I need 5s. The damage is 2, 4. So 2 damage. What does that bring him down to?
Down to 22.
Okay.
I also get to use 2 dice. Woo.
Yay!
This shooter will move 4 and then shoot at your leader. Looking for 5s.
Or actually really looking for 6s, right?
Yeah,
Getting
really.
that 3 damage. Nothing. Oh, this brute's going to activate next, and he's got to protect my leader. So I think the best way to do that would be to go here. Remember, I've got 6 inches of move. And then attack. So 4 attacks again. Toughness 4, strength 4, so I need 4s. Damage is 2, 4. Ooh, 2, 4, 4. That's 10 damage.
Down to 6.
Would have been nice to have Def up to big guy. Although 2 extra attacks could have finished him off. Maybe. Other shooter, move up.
To also fire at your brute boss.
Needing 5s. Nothing.
Oh.
My other brute with Gourd Chop is going to move up and attack. He's only got 3 attacks, but he has strength 5, and his damage is 3, 6.
I only have 8 wounds.
Yes, so I only need 3s to hit. And to kill you, I need all 3 of these to succeed, or I need a 3+ and a 6. Well, that did it too. 12 damage.
Yeah,
Boom, baby.
This shooter's cloak didn't do much good against that.
Apparently not. Other 2 shooters are going to keep doing the same thing, move up and shoot my brute boss. Need those 5s. Still nothing. I'm all out of guys to activate, so the next one can move up and do the same
I'm going
thing.
to position so you can't get them both in close combat at the
It
same
might be
time.
hard with how far away I am. And I got big bases, and I cannot lie. 5s and 6s. Can you finally get something?
I really don't know what to think about what you just said, Matt.
That's right. Well, there's 1 damage.
1 damage.
Down to 33. Squeakhopper here is going to bounce.
So we've pre-measured. The first bounce is really big, but he was a bit overambitious, a bit tired now. Boing, 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 boing.
It engages
Drops
my
in
leader.
there.
Now you got your Boing Grat boss. Is he going
Yeah.
to stick around and fight, try to take out the brute, or is he going to run?
You're making me doubt myself. I'd already decided. I was going to run. The thing is, you've got 25 wounds, and the chance of me taking it off with 8 attacks is remote. No, I'm going to run away.
Well, in the first one, you could get initiative and finish him off next turn.
I'm going to run away.
Okay.
Thanks for the advice.
I'm just saying, you could get initiative and kill him.
No, I really
And then I'll have a
appreciate
hard time catching you.
Yeah, I appreciate the help. That's very thoughtful of you.
So in disengaged, it has a 3-inch move. No matter what, you can't use your fly, and then he moves 8. That's the end of round 2. It's important that we keep track of the rounds, because once we get to the end of round 4, you have that strip of death for, well, what is basically just our 2 leaders now.
And this is not very sporting of Matt, but I noticed this orc was dropping some shiny gubbins on the edges, trying to tempt the goblins.
Yeah, they're coming that way. Let's roll for initiative. See if we can do better than a double. Well, 2 doubles. What'd you get? Ooh, a triple and a double. So I have initiative so far. I'm going to turn this double into a triple.
I'm going to turn this triple into a quad.
Oh boy!
Because I have a rather good quad ability.
Yes, you do. Thankfully, though, I have initiative, because I need to take care of this little guy. So I am going to... well, I got the triple for one purpose, and that was to Wah. I checked beforehand, and he's in range, so they're both going to have +6 to their moves. My first action will be attack against the Squeakhopper, and if that doesn't kill him, which it probably won't, only 666 to kill him, then I will attack him again. In the off chance I get the 666, I would like to use my second action to move.
Might as well check.
So need 666. So I need 3s. Strength 6 versus toughness 4. Well, we did pretty well. That's 9 damage.
Down to 7.
So now, in order to finish him off, I need 3 3+, or a 3 and a 6.
Oh, please live, please live.
Got him. Oh. Goodbye, Squighopper.
That's massive because with my quad,
yeah,
I would have literally evaporated.
Attack. Yeah. Or he'd done. Yeah, exactly. You would have done well. So now you might be able to win the game
because I've got my quad with 6s.
Yeah, the quad sneaky stab.
I'll explain it, shall I?
Go ahead.
So when I use this ability, I get to make a bonus move, which I'll be using for my second move.
To get in close combat with my boss.
And then I get to make a bonus attack, and I add the value of the quad to the damage from normal hits and crit hits.
So instead of you doing 2-5, you'll be doing 8-11 damage.
Yep.
With
and
4 attacks.
Remember, I'll still have 1 action remaining from my normal 2 actions.
So then you do a regular attack.
Yeah, so
but that won't get the bonus damage.
No, that won't get the bonus damage.
Okay. And he's already measured. His first 8-inch move can get him to here.
If I swing a bit wide.
And then he can jump up there and make that attack.
The beauty of trigonometry has saved me there.
So you need 4, strength 5, toughness 5. Any 6s will be devastating.
Let's see.
But anything will be devastating. Oh, okay. Well, that's still good. It's 11 damage, but that could have been much worse. That brings me down to 22.
Oh, I could just one more of this.
Yeah, there's nothing else you can do except attack and hope for a good roll.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, though, you can't kill him with the second one. Even quadruple 6s would only do 20 damage.
Let's see what we get.
Still very good, though. That's 5, 5, and 2.
Yes, that's 12 damage.
That brings me down to 10 remaining wounds.
Ooh.
Yikes. I'm going to activate this brute. Oh, wait. Yes, I need to, because otherwise you might get sneaky and try to engage him. And he's going to move his 9 inches, because he's got the wah on. And then I'm going to use my last double to duff up the big things.
And you can mention in the comments, do you think I should have saved that move? The trouble is, I think I did think of this, but not fully. But if I had waited, I think you could have got.
I could have moved this guy.
You could have got bodyguards in.
Exactly. That's probably what I would have gone for.
I think that's why I ran in, but I can't remember, to be honest.
Yeah. As soon as I saw that you had that quad, I knew I had to kill the guy there and get a guy next over here. But this is the next best thing, because you did have a good chance to kill me. So I think that was worth it.
I only needed 2 4+s.
And I'm not likely going to kill you right now. And if you win initiative, or if your archers do half well...
I'm definitely trying to get initiative.
Exactly. We're both going to be fighting for initiative for next one. But let's see if I can duff up the big things, which gives me +2 attacks. So I've got 5 attacks now instead of 3, which it can kill you. I need 4 6s, or I need 2 4s and 3 6s. So... yeah. Okay, we still got a 4 and a 6. We'll take that. It's 9 damage.
Down to 13, if I can find it.
So it looks like it's either going to come down to your shootas killing me and getting lucky. Well, I'm not super lucky. There's going to be a bunch of shots. Now they're in their 12-inch range already, so you're going to have a lot of shots. You just need some 6s in there. Or whoever wins initiative. Because whoever wins initiative is probably going to kill the other person's boss.
What if yours is left to activate?
Both my guys. We've only done 2 activations this round. These 2 guys and him. Yeah, you've only done 1 because I had initiative. So you're on your second activation now. So where are we going next?
Well, I don't think he can help me win. So I'm just going to see if I can spike rolls with some of my shooting.
So who's shooting first?
This shooter here.
I just want to point out before you roll, because this is important now, you're going to get 4 shots in total, 2 and 2. You're going to need 5s, but you're really looking for 6s here.
If I get 4 6s...
you win!
Yeah.
Well, you got a 5 and a 6. That's 4 damage. If you continue like that, you will kill him. He's down to 6 wounds.
So this is really interesting, seeing the mixed strategy maybe something.
It's working. It's working. This brute's going to activate, and he's going to move to engage that other shooter. So it shuts down one of your shooters. Well, it shuts down 2, but the one's already activated.
I'm gonna use one of these. I'll use this one here
to fire.
Yep.
Shoot! 2 6s kills me. Ooh, 4 more. Goodness. All right, boss, you've only got 2 wounds left. Ooh. Well, he'll activate and attack. Got 4 attacks, needing 4s. If I get a 4 and a 6, you die, or if I get 3 4s, you die. And if you die, I'll be able to then move and engage one of your shootas who has not yet fired.
Yeah.
And now that I only have 2 wounds left on my boss, that makes a big difference. Got him. I've been spiking my rolls with my brutes today.
I'll just say on camera that I would actually have retreated and just gone straight in.
No, because then he hasn't activated yet. He could move up and attack.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I would have just freed him up. I had thought of that too, but then he's actually stronger than them at killing him.
Yeah, good point.
So he'll then do, he has no dice to help him here, so he's just going to move us 3 inches and engage this one, but I couldn't engage the other one.
I don't think I can swing him out of the way and get a shot in. I'm going to have a measure. I can swing round to here.
And then take a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get any further. 2 5s or a 6 and you win. Whoa, 1 5. Oh. It's okay. You've got one last grot that can shoot twice and finish him off.
I've already fired with this grot.
Oh, you did?
I've already fired with this grot.
Oh, so it's only that one last.
This one is going to move 3 inches.
And then take a shot. Single 5+ and you win.
I'm one at a time. Here we go.
Oh, you got him. What a close game.
Oh.
Yeah, and if you didn't kill him, it honestly would have just been a simple roll of initiative. Because if all I had is a double, I could just duff up the big things and easily.
Similarly, I've got a very powerful...
You don't even need an ability for him to kill me. Heck, I don't need an ability.
You've only got one left.
I've only got 1 wound left. You would need a single 4+ on 4 dice, 8 dice really, because you could just attack. So that was incredibly close. So how did you like your little mixed strategy there?
I like it.
Is there something I could have done differently to counter it better?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it was tough. Like I realized because this is an infinite turn game, I could have actually just gone for killing all your guys. But because you did so well with your early attacks, I realized that I did have a very limited number of turns.
And I was having to think there. I think one of the reasons I like this warband is that my ranged weapons are on very weak models, which disincentivizes you taking them out, which means
with big guys,
which means I have this little nibbling attacks.
Yeah, and they did a lot of damage overall,
which you're not incentivized to try and get rid of.
Yeah, and when you go back, you'll see that I think they did at least half of the damage on my shield, just over time.
Well, on one of the models in your shield.
No, because they took a lot of damage off of him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because you remember you got the double 6s and you got the 5s and the 5s and the last one was a 6.
And I did some damage in the first year.
Exactly. My first brute was down to 11 wounds by the end of the first turn, and I hadn't done anything back to you. And so I think I made a mistake in the first turn moving him into range of those 2, but I don't know what else I could have done that wouldn't have just been keeping him further away and running away and trying to kill you with my... I had too few guys to try to split up.
You had to actually start running away from the fact that I was going to bring a squeak hopper on here.
Exactly. I knew that. I'm like, I wanted to get out here. I wanted to send guys over here. And I wanted to also centralize my leader so I could wah, which would allow me to kind of split in any direction. And you saw how quick I could get to you.
That made a difference.
Yeah. If I didn't have that wah ability, like if the Ironjawz didn't have an ability to get more move, this would have been a silly game watching you just be like, I'm just going to stay away while the rest of my army picks you off.
And I'm thinking maybe you should have attacked the shooters, but I think if you'd done that, my squeak hoppers...
The squeak hoppers are stronger. They're stronger. And I needed to take out your mobility.
Yeah.
And that worked. And it was close in the end. I think I rolled a little above average throughout the entire game, though, for my attacks. I feel like almost every swing I did was effective, which, from my experience of playing Warcry, is atypical. So maybe it would have been even more in your favor if I had rolled more average. Because watching your rolls, I didn't see anything above average. In fact, you rolled a lot of shots without getting anything.
I think my closing thought for my warband is, just from my feelings playing this warband, I think when I've played other warbands where every model does the same thing, there's at least 1 or 2 models that are sat there and I'm like, I can't really do anything with them. But because I've got so many different abilities, I've got 3 different themes, I found I could find something for every model to do.
Yeah, exactly. Now there's on the counterpoint, there's a danger of pulling a twist that nerfs one specific aspect of an army. And because you have all the aspects, it could nerf that. Or it could buff, like give everybody +1 attack, and all of a sudden having 3 squig hoppers with +1 attack, that's nice. But I guess that would help your shooters too, unless it's like specific to melee weapons.
I'm not sure.
It's hard to say. The twist really...
Early days.
Well, you know what? And we actually forgot the twist. When you fought me, you had extra attacks.
Which would have made a difference.
So that was
a just roll them now and see what happens.
Doesn't matter. You killed me.
Okay, yeah.
So you won. Yeah, because the twist was that if a leader attacks a leader with a melee weapon, then they get +1 attack and strength.
Yeah. Wow.
So you would have totally killed me with that. So, but we forgot that twist, and it didn't matter.
And isn't that interesting? And I think that's a really interesting example of how you have to accept that in a war game or something like this, you will forget rules. That's literally one of the reasons I charged in, because I was aware of that.
Then you forgot?
But then once I got there, I forgot.
Oh, I totally forgot about it for the whole game.
I was pre-planning that.
Yeah, but you won anyway, so in the end, if I had won, then we remember this afterwards, that would have been like, oh shoot, you should have won. But in this case, you won anyways, so
But I always say you shouldn't have won because you forgot it.
Yeah, I guess. But it's nice to know who would have won if every last rule is remembered perfectly.
I'm very excited to try some more games.
Okay, well, we're going to play another game, a couple more games at least, in the MiniWarGaming Vault. There's going to be links below to those games. We're going to switch up the warbands, move the terrain around a little bit, and just try some different things. We'll try maybe some Chaos Warbands, maybe some of the other non-Chaos Warbands. Really, I can't tell you, but you'll be able to tell by looking at the links below. Go check them out. If you're not a Vault member, you can still click those links, get a free 7-day trial to the Vault, get instant access to those Warcry battle reports, along with a bunch of other Warcry battle reports and narrative campaigns.
I've been a Vault member for years, and I strongly recommend it.
Awesome. Hold on, I'll get your $10 afterwards. No, but honestly, our Vault members are awesome. They're the reason we survive. So thank you so much to our Vault members, and thank you, Duncan. Okay, click the links below. Happy wargaming, and I'll see you in the Vault.